Yep, and as the two teams just shake hands with the referee, Cüneyt Çakır, who is from Turkey. Bayern Munich supporters will have not some fond memories of the Turkish official, because they were very critical. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge in particular 2 years ago, when he took charge of their semi-final against Atletico Madrid. As the two teams now pose for their team photos, Real Madrid in the all-white and Bayern Munich in the all-red, with a white pinstripe down the front of their shirts. And the Real Madrid supporters inside this fabulous arena here are swirling their white scarves around their head on what is a pleasant evening, where the sun is just dropping round the other side of the stadium. It's been a very pleasant day in the Spanish capital, and we're about to get underway, because a big week of European football lies ahead on 5 Live. Just as it was last week when we were at Anfield, in Munich, and then in North London. Tonight we're in Madrid. Tomorrow, of course, we're in Rome, and we'll be back with our correspondent John Murray ahead of tomorrow's second semi-final, Roma against Liverpool, and then we'll return to Madrid for the Europa League on Thursday, Atletico against Arsenal. But tonight it's who will claim that first berth for the final in Kiev at the end of this month. Real Madrid leading 2-1 from the first leg, and the two teams, Navas in goal for Real Madrid, a back four of Vázquez, Ramos, Varane and Marcelo, a midfield of Asensio, Kovacic, Modric and Kroos, Ronaldo and Benzema are the two up front. Bayern Munich, Ulrich is in goal, Kimmich, Süle, Hummels and Alaba the defence, the three in midfield, Tolisso, Thiago and James Rodriguez, and the three up front, Ribéry, Lewandowski and Müller. And in this first half, Real Madrid will be playing from left to right as we look, and Bayern Munich in all red, and we just wait for the referee's whistle. This is BBC Radio 5 Live, and another busy week of European football, and it's a great atmosphere inside the Bernabeu, which holds just over 80,000, as those banners are being carried away by what looks like a version of human ants as they make their way across the third tier, high up away to our left, draped over the shoulder from an army of about 20 or 25 carrying that huge banner that was unveiled ahead of kickoff. And Real Madrid, I just wonder if that Juventus game in the quarter-final will be at the back of their minds, how they were in such a strong position after the first leg in Turin, and it was almost squandered, Chris Waddle.
Well, sometimes you get a lead and complacency comes in, and give Juventus credit, they come at the blocks very quick, and they really hustled them, and they got the goal early, which they needed, and then all of a sudden the nerves come in, and you feel it in the stadium. But good start already by Bayern, moving the ball very quickly.
Alaba forward on this left-hand side, little drag back by Ribéry. Alaba is caught then by Modric. The Turkish referee will give a free kick to Bayern Munich. Zinedine Zidane, with his bald head gleaming off the floodlights here as he stands in his suit at the corner of the technical area down below, and it is a long way down as we sit in our commentary booth here. And Bayern Munich playing from right to left, have a free kick midway through the Real Madrid half, a few yards in from the left touchline. It's going to be taken by James Rodriguez, the former Real Madrid player, and it's a good ball in. It's a teasing one, punched away by the goalkeeper Navas under pressure. Remember, he's on a 2-year loan, James Rodriguez, from Real Madrid to Bayern Munich, with an option to buy for 42 million euros. He said if he's to score, he'll not celebrate out of respect to Real Madrid. But it was a good ball in as they're on the attack once again. The ball is lifted up in the air and then cleared by Vázquez, only as far as Modric. He's filling in at right back because Carvajal has a thigh injury sustained in the first leg last week. Alaba, the left back for Bayern Munich, to Ribéry. Alaba on the overlap. They're in round the back here, Bayern Munich. Alaba, low ball in towards the near post, aimed towards Müller, gathered in by Navas. Good start by Munich.
Great start by Munich, and already they're attacking this left-hand side. Vázquez, not a right back. They're playing a diamond, which I can't believe. Real Madrid, the 2-1 up. If they just played 4-5-1, similar shape to Bayern. Fullback gets protection at the minute. Alaba and Ribéry, 2-on-1 on Vázquez every time. Modric has got to run 30-40 yards to help them out. If they just played a 4-4-2 in shape rather than a diamond, there's not much worry. But at the minute, every time Bayern get this ball in the air, they come again down the left-hand side.
It's an area that Chris Waddle highlighted at the very outset. Ribéry collects the ball over the halfway line. Modric shows him on the inside, runs in field, diagonal ball taken in by Lewandowski, lays it out towards Müller. Müller looks up, in comes the cross. Ramos is stretching, hasn't been dealt with, and Bayern Munich score. They take the lead through Joshua Kimmich. And Bayern Munich now have made it very, very interesting with an early goal inside 3 minutes. It's Real Madrid 0, Bayern Munich 1.
Well, I keep saying, and I've said it again, there's Damon. I can't believe Real Madrid are playing it. Give Bayern Munich credit. They came here, they've got belief, they're positive. They've started the game unbelievably well. They've moved the ball. This time Ribery cuts in, hits Muller, simple ball away, nobody away. The fullbacks are getting doubled up every time off Bayern. Great ball in, spin of a scramble, lovely finish. Lovely side foot finish.
Well, Kimmich...
3 minutes.
Remember last year when they were in the quarter-final, they were trailing 2-1 from the first leg in Germany. They were leading 2-1 to take it into extra time. The first goal that night didn't arrive until 13 minutes into the second half from Lewandowski. So they have made the absolutely perfect start here. And Real Madrid, very, very nervous. Bayern Munich lead 1-0 on the night. It's 2-2 on aggregate. They need another goal, of course, because as it stands, Real would go through on the away goals rule. But Kimmich, who gave them the lead last week, but it was overturned. And what is interesting as well is that Real Madrid have won the last 6 games against Bayern Munich, but in the previous 3, Bayern took the lead, just as they have tonight. So can Real Madrid come from behind as they have done in the last 3 encounters? But certainly it's game on, and from a neutral's point of view, it's the goal that everybody wanted.
Well, where Real Madrid are outdoing Bayern Munich is basically the Damon 4 against 3 in midfield. They've just started to get on the ball now. Coming to 5 minutes, it's the first little spell they've had. Real Madrid have actually put 4 or 5 passes together. Bayern's dominated, then they're getting the ball away quickly, 2-on-1 against the fullbacks because they're so narrow, Real Madrid, and they're getting a lot of joy.
That was the right back who pops up inside the penalty area for that goal, and Kimmich has now been involved in 7 goals in the Champions League this season as Alaba holds off Vasquez, who was making a run the right back. That was a poor clearance by the goalkeeper Ulrich, straight to Benzema. Benzema looks to play in Marcelo, cleared away though by Bayern Munich, and Thomas Muller clears long to Lewandowski, who all of a sudden became isolated. But the voices you can hear in the background are German voices. Large support high up away to our right. There is a chunk of German fans in the bottom tier on that far side as well. As Modric, was he pulled back? Yes, he was. By James Rodriguez. Free kick to Real Madrid. Bayern lead by a goal to 0. This is BBC Radio 5 Live on a big night of European football. We're live in the Bernabeu, and Real Madrid are looking for an early equaliser, only 5.5 minutes in, because Kimmich's goal has given the Germans a real boost.
Free kick high, 40 yards up on this right hand side, on a lane with the 18-yard lane. Cruises on it, looks like they're very, very high Bayern. They're even outside the D. They must only be 20 yards away from the ball. A lot of space for them to put that ball in.
Kroos is going to take it, slides it into Benzema, makes the run, cuts it back in towards Ronaldo, and Ronaldo fires it wide. It was always going to need an extra special effort to try and hook his right foot around that, because he was running almost to the corner of the 6-yard area as that goal kick's taken short. 1-0 Bayern. Good free kick.
Roland just putting it in there. They put it down the side, and Benzema fizzes it across the goal. Ronaldo goes a little bit too early. It's behind him, always stretching. But it's actually woke Real Madrid up, that goal from Bayern Munich, in the first 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, it has, and they go for the high press from that goal kick was taken short. They get a throw. Here is Toni Kroos, the German, against his former side, of course, as Ramos sweeps it quickly out towards the left-hand side. Marcelo looks for Asensio. Asensio, though, will be held off by Muller, doing his defensive work. Gets a little handshake as well from the goal scorer Kimmich, and Ulrich is going to take the goal kick 7 minutes in. Don't forget, before 10 o'clock, we'll be hearing in-depth from Jurgen Klopp. He's been speaking to Juliet Farrington, and then after 10 on 5 Live, surmising, of course, there's no extra time, we'll be going back across to Rome with John Murray and Mark Lawrenson to feature ahead of our second commentary tomorrow from the Stadio Olimpico. Roma against Liverpool for the second semi-final. Bayern Munich with Thiago in the centre circle. Ribery lays it off. Rodriguez Thiago manages to play it out to Tolisso along the ground. Kimmich is forward, right hand side. Lewandowski makes a run to the right corner of the penalty area. Bayern Munich in the all red, keeping the ball and leading by a goal to nil. 7.5 minutes have been played. Modric tries to put pressure on Ribery, who comes in field, creates some space for Alaba on this left hand side. Ribery holds on to the ball. The Austrian then was going ahead of him. He comes in field now. Little ricochet falling for him. Rodriguez back out to Ribery, left hand side. Bayern are threatening. Ribery twisting and turning. They doubled up on him, Vasquez and Modric is required to do that. And Vasquez will now bring it clear for the white shirts of Real Madrid.
It's not a job he liked to do all evening, Ian, coming out wide and trying to track back full-backs, and he likes to be in the action in the middle of the park, so he's doing a job so far, but they are getting a lot of joy, a lot of space, and they always look threatening down the left in particular.
Real Madrid, who have scored in their last 41 Champions League games, consecutive games at the Bernabeu, since April 2011. Barcelona were the last side where they failed to score, and during that time they've won 34, drawn 5 and lost 2 of those 41 games. They've had a wake-up call, trailing by a goal to nil. Asensio is forward. On his outside is Marcelo. Far side the left, in comes the cross, cut out by Niklas Süle, the German international defender, playing alongside Hummels, with Boateng out for the rest of the season, and then Ramos on the halfway line goes all the way back, but plenty of encouragement from those in the red and white around the Bernabeu here at the moment. Good atmosphere here in the Spanish capital, and Bayern Munich have an early advantage on the night. Asensio outside the centre circle in the Bayern half. Modric, the former Tottenham player. Vasquez now midway through the Bayern half on the right touchline, gets it back from Benzema and back with a Croatian Modric. Ronaldo has come short. Benzema has drifted out towards the right hand side. It goes right, but to Vasquez. They're being patient.
Good possession, Real Madrid, moving the ball quickly but not hurting Bayern Munich. Good shape Bayern's got, back four close together. Midfield's dropped right on top of them, no space. They can't get it into Ronaldo, can't get it into Benzema. They're playing this diamond, they're playing very narrow. They're relying on the fullbacks to give them the width, but the fullbacks don't want to take anybody on, so it goes back again.
Kovacic comes forward, switches play to Kroos. Kroos now to Marcelo with a diagonal ball high up the pitch on that far side, the left. The Real Madrid supporters, I mentioned those 2 blocks of white behind the goal away to our left. Well, they're jumping up and down in unison, but the end they're attacking is where Real Madrid is, where they have the ball, and they're camped inside the Bayern half, but they're playing in front of Bayern at the moment, and Bayern have everybody behind the ball. Kovacic switches play out towards Marcelo, level with the penalty area left hand side, brings it under control, works over the cross towards the far post. Benzema with a header. There is the equaliser for Real Madrid. 2 goals in the only 11 minutes. It's 1-1.
Well, I've got to say, very patient build up. Later, how many passes they had before they scored, it's got to be well over 30. Marcelo just gets half a yard, that's all he needs. He's got a great left foot, whips it in. Benzema pulls off his mark at the far post. He's got a free header from inside the 6-yard box. It's a target, 1-1.
Well, in many ways it doesn't change the script from Bayern Munich, because another goal for Bayern would take us into the possibility of extra time. But 2 goals in the opening 11 minutes, and they'll look at the marking, won't they, to afford Benzema so much space at the far post.
Bit of ball watching, Ian, I've got to say, when you watch the goal again, it's a great ball at the far post, and Alaba gets underneath it, doesn't he? He tucks in too far, he's got to look where Benzema doesn't, watches the ball, gets punished.
1-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate to Real Madrid. Benzema only his 9th of the season. What was that statistic you said to me, him and Ronaldo? Was it something like
173 goals combined
in the Champions League?
Ronaldo's got 171.
Yeah. Just another one to add to the tally between the two. Bayern Munich, though, won't necessarily be too deflated. They won't want to concede another one, that's for sure, as Ribery's low ball into the penalty area, looking towards Lewandowski. Lewandowski still battling for it. Lewandowski cuts the ball back, and Ramos is there, and coolly and calmly on the edge of the 6-yard area, he dinks the ball out of play for a throw. 1-1.
Good persistence here by Lewandowski, and unfortunately couldn't get the shot off. Eventually they clear it. It's a good game. It's end to end, isn't it?
It certainly is. Jupp Heynckes, who of course has won the Champions League when he was the Real Madrid manager, spoke very defiantly yesterday in the press conference when he talks about desire can move mountains in football. When he actually won the Champions League with Real Madrid in 1998, it was Real's first European Cup success since 1966. Of course, they've been beaten by Liverpool in Paris, hadn't they, in the early 80s? That could be repeated this year in Kiev, depending on how Liverpool fare tomorrow, as Alaba works over the cross. Müller was there. Müller might still get to it as the ball is put behind by Real Madrid, and again, not very convincing defending by Real Madrid.
Comes in the box, Alaba, again, going around Ribery, gets a time on the ball, puts the ball in. Do you know what, it's strange, isn't it? Bayern start a break, go one up, then they try to defend a little bit, drop off the pace. Real come on top. Real Madrid score, now it's all Bayern Munich. Real Madrid have dropped off the pace.
Tell you what as well, we've only been playing for 13 minutes, but it's been a thoroughly enjoyable opening 13 minutes. Bayern Munich have now won a corner kick, so they play from right to left. James Rodriguez is going to take it on this near side, the left. This should be an out-swinging corner. Indeed it is. Headed away, flag. Referee's blown his whistle. Toni Kroos was knocked to the floor inside that penalty area. Free kick to Real Madrid. They'll be glad of a little bit of a breather, because the way that they've defended on a few occasions in this opening 14 minutes will offer encouragement for Jupp Heynckes. And again, a lot of the joy is coming down this side, isn't it? The left-hand side.
Especially the left. Muller's playing on the right, but he doesn't really want to play wide. He's tucking it a little bit, but Ribery loves playing out wide, and Alaba just keeps running away, giving him time on the ball, or he rolls him in. They're getting a lot of joy.
Chris Waddle, who reached the European final with Marseille in 1991, and had Red Star Belgrade knocked out by Munich in the last four that year. He could have been coming up against the German side in the final. What a talented side it was for Marseille. It's the white of Real Madrid that we're watching tonight on BBC Radio 5 Live. It's 1-1. Kimmich wins the aerial challenge. It breaks to Müller, right hand side. Didn't beat the first man as he was blocked by a jumping Ramos over on that far side, and it's gone actually out for a Real Madrid throw.
And they've had a good response by Munich. They've upped the tempo, they're dictating the game again, and this time Müller couldn't get the cross in. I just counted that Bayern Munich had 5 players in the box waiting for that cross.
They're not afraid to venture forward, are they? Jupp Heynckes, who has an excellent record in the competition, one of the best winning ratios as a manager in this illustrious competition, as Modric comes forward over the halfway line. Ribery's gone with him stride for stride, out towards Ronaldo. Hardly mentioned Ronaldo at the moment. Little flick then, and Kovacic, this is Toni Kroos. Asensio's over there as well. Kovacic now gets a little touch just outside the centre circle. Vasquez is forward, unmarked bit of space on this right hand side, playing from left to right. Modric now takes it over, flick inside. Benzema, who got the equaliser, edge of the area, the return ball, flags up, offside.
Good move. Benzema, it's the best I've seen him play for a long time so far. I know it's early in the game, come just over 15 minutes, but he looks lively. He's scored, but he's moving the ball well. His movement's been very good.
It's been an excellent opening quarter of an hour on BBC Radio 5 Live for this Champions League semi-final second leg. Remember, only twice has a team overcome a home loss in the first leg in the Champions League. Ajax in 96 when they beat Panathinaikos, and as Bayern know only too well, Inter Milan was the last team in 2011. So history maybe is against them. There's a lapse in concentration. Ramos unable to collect that ball across the back from Varane, goes out of play for a Bayern throw. And Bayern in possession, stroked back by Tolisso to Thiago, and now with Hummels across to this near side. Alaba, the left back, gets it back. Modric means he has to play infield to the edge of the centre circle to Thiago. Sula joins the attack now. Almost every outfield player is in the Real Madrid half. Kimmich with the diagonal ball to Müller, lets it come across his body, lays it off towards Tolisso, tries to thread it through towards Lewandowski. Ramos had to be tight. Lewandowski's actually gone down. He was looking for a penalty there. Was Lewandowski inside that penalty area? Cunha Shakir, the referee, says nothing.
Good play by Bayern, patient, moving the ball left to right again, stretching, making the pitch big, and then it's just a through ball into Lewandowski. There is a tangle of legs on the replay we're seeing, but it's going to be a brave referee to give that. They're on the break again.
Ball through, blocked, comes back to Rodriguez. Toliso's got a man over in Kimmich if he wants him. He doesn't. He tries to slide it through, hit it quite hard, and it was intercepted by Real Madrid. Break on. Asensio's making a run through the middle. Modric to Benzema. Ronaldo's up running in from the left. Benzema now cutting in off the right touchline. Edge of the penalty area. Ronaldo drifts to a central area. Here is Ronaldo, goes behind him. And Tolisso will just tidy up for Bayern Munich. But what an open game, Chris Waddle.
Here's a 10-2 end. Benzema should have done better there. He should have slowed it up a bit. He went with pace into two red shirts. Couldn't get his head up to spot anybody. He tried to get Ronaldo at the end, but he should have basically took his time.
We said at the start, anything could happen. 1-1. And it has, certainly in the opening exchanges. Bayern Munich taking the lead. They're on the attack once again. Alaba makes the underlap run into this near side, the left. Marcelo's ball again. It took time for them to deal with that. That was Vasquez to clear on the edge of his own penalty area. Every time they come forward, Ribéry and Alaba on this near side are having plenty of joy.
I'm surprised Zidane, who obviously played the game, what a player, how he doesn't spot this and say, look, I need you to play right side and go to a 4, and even put Benzema in the hole or Ronaldo in the hole to make it a 5 at times, because they're just getting so much joy down the flanks, particularly the left.
Tolisso able to turn. Rodriguez chips the ball into the penalty area. Varane's header is half knocked away by Marcelo. Kimmich then will win it back. Tolisso's going to shoot. That's charged down by Asensio from 25 yards out. Marcelo then overruns the ball. A little bit off balance as well. This is a bit raggy, don't
This is where you've got to capitalise. Real Madrid, since they've scored, have been absolutely woeful. They can't put 3 passes together. It's all Bayern. And it's that final ball, which happened in the first game a lot. Bayern got in great positions, didn't put that pass in which they needed.
BBC Radio 5 Live. We're live inside the Bernabeu Stadium here in Madrid as Tolisso to Rodriguez comes outside the centre circle, out to this near side, the left, playing from right to left. Alaba goes past Modric to Ribéry. Alaba's left corner of the penalty area, forward ball, Muller, flag stays down, Muller to Rodriguez, goes past him. Kimmich was also in the penalty area, and Asensio it was with the clearance, and once again there was plenty of options in red to aim for.
Just keep getting it to Ribéry and get it to Alaba. That's where it's everything's starting from, everything, and the movement off that, and these two are good enough to spot the pass, but it's Muller who's letting them down. Lewandowski's final ball, you know, you could say Kimmich should say final ball again, just, you know, they're not hard balls now, they're simple passes, some of them.
Modric has just actually had a glance over towards Zinedine Zidane, who's he's actually outside of his technical area, almost to the touchline. And whilst he was doing that as well, he was looking over his shoulder because he just doesn't know where Alaba is, he doesn't know where Ribéry is, and as a result, they look tormented on this near side, Real Madrid.
They're getting over by run now. You know, Ronaldo, for all he's a fantastic player.
In comes the free kick to the penalty area. It was Hummels who was up from the back, as was Süle. Back with Kimmich. Kimmich, the right back, turns midway through the Real Madrid half. Süle has stayed out on that far side, level the penalty area, as has Hummels. The two central defenders, right hand side of the penalty area combining. And Benzema it is who breaks up that move for Real Madrid. 1-1, BBC Radio 5 Live here in Madrid. Kroos, Asensio, back with the German once again. Kovacic now joins the attack over the halfway line. Maybe offside against Ronaldo, it didn't reach him anyway. Tolisso just plays it past Kroos, links it forward then towards Muller. They're on the attack once again. Bayern Munich cross takes a deflection, falls to Ribéry. Alaba is on the overlap. Ribéry will try and wriggle free from Modric, who actually tangled with him, lying on the ground, and did well just to hold him up.
He did well. He just won the battle there, because Alaba again was on the surge down the left. If Ribéry picked that up.
Here is Rodriguez. Bayern Munich undaunted. Again, Alaba. They've pierced that back line once more on this left-hand side. Alaba, time to pick his spot. In comes the cross, headed away by Ramos. Kimmich inside the penalty area, back towards Lewandowski, and Navas gets something on it. Does it go out of play? It'll be a corner kick. He didn't keep it in play.
Well, I don't know what that man does behind the lane. The tourist.
I think he's having his siesta.
I don't know what he is doing him. He didn't even put his hand. He did nothing. He turned away. Then he started looking at the supporters in the white t-shirts.
As it was, the Turkish referee, with the support of his assistant on that far side,
he had to get out of his deck chair, didn't he?
Says it's going to be a corner kick to Bayern Munich. Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 1. Corner kick, far side to right. It's an outswinger. Muller with the header at the near post. Blocked by Marcelo. Comes back out towards Kimmich. Lifts it high and towards the penalty area. Looping header from Hummels. Gathered in by Navas.
And it sounds strange, but if Bayern Munich had a killer touch in front of goal, this game would be over. It would literally be over. In the first game they had chances, they didn't take them. You know, in the Bundesliga they seem to score every attack. European football, they don't seem to do it.
Lewandowski hasn't had that opportunity yet either, has he? As Real Madrid on the attack to Ronaldo does the step over, can't play, and Benzema comes back towards Ronaldo, and in the end his effort is well wide off his left foot. He's had a disallowed goal in the first leg, but it was the first time that he failed to attempt a shot on target since February 2017 against Napoli in last week's first leg in the Champions League. He has an excellent record though of scoring goals here in the Bernabeu in the Champions League. 54 in 48 and 13 in his last 7. As it is, it's 1-1, and the goal has come from Benzema for Real Madrid in the 11th minute to cancel out Kimmich's 3rd minute opener for Bayern Munich. And it's certainly been a very entertaining opening 23 minutes. We're midway through the first half. BBC Radio 5 Live. Tomorrow our coverage starts from 6:30 with Mark Chapman building up to Roma against Liverpool. We'll be in Rome, of course, at the end of this game here in Madrid, as Thiago manages to get away from Modric, keeps his balance, chips it forward. It goes in the path of Lewandowski, headed away by Ramos. Bayern Munich, though, winning the ball. Tolisso, the referee's given a free kick to Real Madrid. Chris Waddle.
Final ball, Thiago, great body strength, goes past 2, holds one off, and he tries that little dink over the top, just not good enough again. And that's what all you can say as a manager. You'd say to Bayern, wouldn't you, when you go on half time, what would you say? You've played brilliant, but you've got to have that little bit of composure and that bit of class in that last third.
It's 1-1 on the night. Real Madrid lead 3-2 on aggregate. Varane, Kovacic, this Croatian, short, dark hair, really coming on for this Real Madrid side. He was signed from Inter Milan, was Kovacic, for 29 million euros back in 2015. Yet to score this season, but began at Dynamo Zagreb, overcoming a serious injury with his knee back in September. He was out for 2 months. As Vasquez filling in at right back with the Carvajal out injury with a thigh problem. Vasquez takes the throw to another Croatian, Modric, who we know of course from his time with Tottenham Hotspur. Vasquez tries to win it, and a little bit overzealous, giving away a free kick, and that will be against James Rodriguez. So a free kick to Bayern Munich. It's been breathless.
Well, if you're a Bayern supporter, manager, whatever, you'd be pleased, but final third, you've got to have that composure, and you know the players have got the quality they've got. You'd expect that at this level, but they tonight again and in the first leg, it's just they haven't shown it in that final third. And you know, anything up to there, they're far better than Real Madrid tonight.
Lewandowski heads it out to Ribery. Bradford City 0, Walsall 1 is the latest scoreline in League One. That would actually keep Walsall up. They only require a point, as do Wimbledon, who are drawing away at Doncaster Rovers. Another game in League One is at Glanford Park, Scunthorpe United versus Plymouth, which is of importance for the playoff picture. Scunthorpe are 6th and Plymouth are 7th. And a win for Scunthorpe would secure their place in the playoffs. So they're the latest games in League One. There is one game in League Two. Chesterfield already relegated at home to Newport County. But we'll keep you up to date on BBC Radio 5 Live, as we always do. But this is the Champions League. Tomorrow night we're in Rome. Then we're back in Madrid on Thursday night, Atletico against Arsenal. But this is the first Champions League semi-final. And Bayern Munich, with every outfield player in the Real Madrid half, away to our left-hand side. Hummels to Tolisso. Tries to play it out towards the left, headed away by Modric, who's almost playing as a right back there because Alaba and Ribery are getting forward so much. Kovacic plays it short and inside. Kroos invites Marcelo to come forward. He's got Ronaldo going on ahead of him as the left back's over the halfway line, but he holds on to the ball, much to the annoyance of Ronaldo, who slams his hands down into his thighs, and play then switches out towards this near side, and there's activity. The Real Madrid substitutes are warming up. I just wonder if one of the players is maybe carrying a knock, unless either that or Zidane is maybe thinking of making a change. It's Nacho who's warming up, who's a central defender. So we'll look at Varane and maybe Ramos to see if they're carrying a knock at the moment. Varane's first touch puts him under pressure, and he's been chased down by Ribery.
Do you know what, Ian? He could put him on at right back. He could put Vasquez further forward, get Modric into midfield, and take off Kovacic. That's how it could be, to get this balance to the side right, because it's not right.
No, they are unbalanced, and certainly it's being exploited every time that Bayern Munich come forward. It's 1-1. Ramos with the back pass to Navas, away to our left-hand side. They go to press the ball. Modric once again plays it forward. It looks like he has swapped places with Vasquez, because Vasquez was pushed up. Varane slips but still reaches the Asensio with a pass forward. Asensio now being held up by Hummels, comes on the inside. Here is Ronaldo. Ronaldo turns. Ronaldo has Marcelo over. Marcelo towards the 6-yard area. Couldn't pick out Benzema, who drops to his knees, and it goes behind for a corner kick as Real Madrid attack.
We're not seeing Real Madrid in the game for a long period, and that was a great attack, great switch. I think Ronaldo should have shot. He gets in the box, he's rolled Marcelo in. Marcelo takes too many touches, the gap's closed up where he could have played it, and it works out the corner for Real Madrid.
Corner kick which is taken quickly. Kroos, Marcelo, back towards Kroos, inside the penalty area, down towards the byline, stabbed away by Hummels inside the 6-yard area. It beat the goalkeeper Ulrich inside his near post. 1-1. Very entertaining Champions League semi-final, offside against Vasquez.
Do you know that short corner there though, this level of football? How does that happen? You're not telling me Bayern Munich didn't see that, the players they've got.
Patches of blue sky above the Bernabeu. There are a few clouds as which to have a purple haze as Bayern Munich come forward on this left-hand side with Alaba exchanging short passes with Ribéry, and then back to Thiago. Here is Sula, forward to Kimmich, the right back, over the halfway line. Rodriguez to Tolisso, has time to have a little glance over both shoulders, plays it forward. Alaba once again is forward on this left-hand side. Cries of Bayern, Bayern. Now the whistles from the Real Madrid support inside the Bernabeu. We're approaching the half-hour mark and it's 1-1. Bayern Munich, remember, have to score 2 goals. So just one more and then we have the possibility of extra time. 2-1 is that scoreline to produce an additional 30 minutes here tonight. Asensio comes forward, gets away from Thiago, still going Asensio. Thiago recovers. The former Barcelona player, been linked with Manchester City, and actually goes past Kimmich and out of play for a Real Madrid throw-in on that far side, for which their supporters are very much enjoying.
He's a top player, Thiago. He's got so much ability, overdoes it at times, tries to look a little bit too clever, but many occasions, of course, he'll have come up against Real Madrid for Barcelona. He's featured on the winning side just one occasion in 10 meetings against Real Madrid. Ribéry, early ball, onside. Lewandowski making that run from that right-hand side, and Navas will just take it back into his penalty area. It was always going away from Lewandowski. It was an arcing ball, wasn't it? It was, inside the foot from Ribéry in the centre circle, always curling towards the 18-yard box. Lewandowski hasn't looked very sharp again tonight, I've got to say. Doesn't seem as if he can sprint.
Here is Modric, the familiar voice of Chris Waddle. He'll be part of our World Cup team out in Russia. A couple of weeks, of course, Gareth Southgate will name his final squad to take to Russia as Modric is forward. It might break to Ronaldo, the little touch though takes it back towards the goalkeeper Ulrich, and it's an underarm throw out to Alaba. Just hope that there's no Chris Waddle rant in Russia. A rant in Russia in the former Soviet state.
In the former Soviet state. I'm not hoping to do one.
14 minutes to go to half-time, and it's 1-1. Here is James Rodriguez, switching play over the head of Alaba. And in his suit, Zinedine Zidane applauds the work rate in the midfield from his Real Madrid team as they force that ball to go out over the head of Alaba for a throw. Yet to be knocked out in this competition under Zidane. Real Madrid, they've won 14 of his 19 matches, drawn 2 and lost 3. It's a very good record as he's looking for a third successive success. The last team to actually achieve 3 titles in the Europe's top competition were in fact Bayern Munich back in 1976 when they won it for a third time. Ribéry is forward into the penalty area. Ribéry still going, looks towards Müller. Müller with a turn, still gets the shot away. Had a man over in Kimmich, but in the end it was a tame shot saved by Navas. 1-1, 5 live.
Well, Bayern are going for a Ribéry again. Great run, very direct, goes into the box. Alaba's ahead of him, and it nearly falls to Kimmich on the far post. 2 fullbacks in the box.
Very little backlift as well from that right foot of Müller. Goals dried up last year as it's up towards Asensio, cut out though by Hummels. Back into double figures though this time, Thomas Müller with 15 goals for the campaign. Tolisso to Thiago in between the two central defenders, running forward, head up, out to far side, the right for Kimmich. The ball ballooned a little bit off his first touch. He had to retreat midway through his own half, and then actually standing still, he looks to assess his options. And Bayern go forward. Tolisso over the halfway line. Kimmich on that far side, the right. Kroos will force his fellow German back. And here is another German in Niklas Süle, 9 caps for his country. Hummels comes forward, takes the ball in between two players, Asensio and Modric, threads it through. Lewandowski, Navas does enough. The loose ball is still free, and it's ballooned over the top by James Rodriguez, running in about 2 yards out. He's actually picked up an injury, I think, in the process, but it still somehow remains 1-1.
Wow, what a run by Hummels. Ball playing centre half, comes out the back with it, doesn't he? Steps into the midfield, goes past two. Lovely weighted pass. Lewandowski hits the ball, keeper spreads himself, goes up in the air. You think Muller's going to score, and then Rodriguez comes running in, and you think he can't miss. It just comes into the area, drops for him nicely. Oh, and he whacks it over the ball.
And he was, 2 yards out from goal?
Yeah, 2 yards. It's dropped very quick for him, I've given him that, but it's a volley as well. It's not, I thought it was on the floor, it's a volley. But with his ability, you think he'd score.
James Rodriguez then ballooning it over the bar. Another opportunity. Navas had made the initial save with his legs from Lewandowski. Further encouragement for Bayern Munich. 11 minutes to go to half time. 1-1. BBC Radio 5 Live. Ribery gives it away to Modric. Vasquez being hassled now by Alaba. Vasquez holds on to the ball, but Bayern have won it. And now Ribery's onto it over the halfway line. Man over, but he twists away from Vasquez, continuing to drift in field, goes down, no foul, says the Turkish referee, who was up with play. End to end at the moment. It is a terrific contest between these two heavyweights, the most common fixture in European football. This is the 26th meeting. It's their 7th European semi-final. Real have won 12, Bayern 11, and there have just been 2 draw matches in the previous 25, and you wouldn't want to call it the way it's going so far tonight, 1-1.
Well, Henkes is trying to get them to push onto them, try and press them high. They've just had the ball for a good spell of 15 minutes, Bayern. A lot of energy used up, and they're just trying to get a breather at the minute.
Jupp Heynckes, who turns 73 next week. 9th of May will be his birthday, as Asensio is forward into the penalty area, right hand side, has some support from Vasquez. Modric makes a run into the penalty area, headed away by the Bayern defence and Süle. There's been a goal at Glanford Park. Scunthorpe United are leading Plymouth Argyle by 1-0. If it stays like that, that will secure a playoff berth. No foul. Lewandowski on Varane.
Oh, good decision. Varane looked for the free kick. Lewandowski went to touch his ankles, pulled away slightly. I'm sorry, the referee got that right. He's getting a lot of whistling from the Real Madrid fans, but he got that right.
Well, he was writhing around in agony, and then he had a cheeky glance over his shoulder. When he realised that there was no free kick, he was quickly back to his feet, was Varane. Doncaster and Wimbledon still 0-0, by the way. And Walsall are leading at Valley Parade by 1-0 against Bradford City. So Walsall and Wimbledon, with the results as it stands, would both stay up and survive the threat of relegation from League One, and Plymouth would still have an outside chance of trying to catch Charlton on the final weekend. But this is the Champions League, and it's 1-1 in this second leg here in the Bernabeu. Marcelo, who supplied the cross to Benzema's equaliser. Asensio. Ball then from Kovacic to Varane. Helps it out on its way towards this near side, the right. Vasquez playing at right back. Kovacic will switch play. High ball brought down off the chest by Marcelo, the left back, midway through the Bayern half. Muller's in front of him. Kroos, Asensio midway through the Bayern half. Kovacic once again. They had a similar patient build-up play to the equalising goal, as Vasquez almost shows too much towards Tolisso. Bayern try and keep their shape.
They just get a breather, Bayern, don't they? They've worked ever so hard. 37 minutes coming up, and
Marcelo directs a short header into the path of Benzema. Coming back to help out was Rodriguez. Kimmich is under pressure. Flicked away by James Rodriguez. Kimmich will keep the ball in play. Inadvertently is given it away straight towards Asensio. But then Bayern win it back. And it's James Rodriguez looking towards Ribery. Past those cut out by Vasquez to Modric. Challenge comes in from Hummels. Breaks into the centre circle. Lewandowski trying to spread play out towards the right. Out of play, goes for a throw. 1-1. 8 minutes to go to the break.
I don't think they'll ever take Lewandowski off, will they? But in both games, especially the first one, he's not had a kick. He's given the ball away a lot tonight. I know they've got Wagner on the bench, but I don't think he'll take him off because they'll see a goal in him.
39 goals in 44 appearances this season is the reason why, but hasn't been particularly sharp so far in the opening 37 minutes of this semi-final. Hasn't scored, remember, in his last 4 Champions League. It's the longest drought in his career in this competition, which says everything about his prolific nature. As it's going to be a Real Madrid throw on that far side, the left. Can take a breather. Kroos switches play. What a delightful ball that was to Vasquez. Vasquez comes on the inside. Benzema midway through the Bayern half. Diagonal ball back out towards Ronaldo. Ronaldo right corner into the penalty area. Ronaldo shot turned behind by Ulrich for a corner kick. 1-1.
That's the first we saw of Ronaldo, isn't it?
Yep.
What is it now? 38 minutes is gone, and it's the first time we saw him drift out this right wing. Does a little step over, gets onto his left, but you'd always expect Ulrich to save that. It's a comfortable save at near post, and they've got a corner, Real Madrid.
Under 7 minutes to go to the break on BBC Radio 5 Live. Corner kick right hand side for Real Madrid. Ulrich waits, and in the end it hits the side netting from Ramos. Ulrich wasn't phased at all. He thought about coming, then just dropped back to his goal line, all about angles. He knew he had that near post protected.
Well, I'm surprised Ramos is up to against Kimmich at the far post, because Kimmich is he's not the tallest defender in the world, is he?
No, he's not. It was his early goal that gave Bayern the perfect start after 3 minutes. 8 minutes later, though, Real were level on the night. It's a 3-2 aggregate lead. Taking his time, Ulrich away to our right-hand side in his dark goalkeeping outfit, strikes it right-footed with a goal kick. Ramos beats Lewandowski in the air, goes down holding his head, then he's quickly fit to resume, plays it forward, Muller lays it back. Rodriguez in the midfield for Bayern Munich. Tolisso has to try and shield the ball away from Ronaldo. Diagonal ball, Muller's little flick, little ball back from Lewandowski with a back heel towards Muller, and Real Madrid eventually will clear. Asensio is back there in the left back area with the long clearance downfield, headed back by Sula, flicked on then by Thiago. Rodriguez, man over, plays it forward. Marcelo with intervention, might reach Tolisso. Marcelo now can bring it forward for the white of Real Madrid, and he reaches, or he looks to try and reach Ronaldo, but one bounce and it kicks away from Cristiano Ronaldo, who without turning around just raises his left hand. There was the thumbs up to Marcelo, because at least he applauds the idea.
Yep. Well, you would say Bayern's being the better side, but next goal is so important. I mean, it really is important, the next goal. Real Madrid do carry a threat on the counter-attack, but Bayern have dominated this football match, and for me, should be winning the game.
Rodriguez might have nightmares about that close-range effort that he ballooned over the bar from about 2 yards out. But Bayern Munich, this tie certainly isn't over. Everything to play for. Do not go anywhere for the second half. BBC Radio 5 Live. We've got under 5 minutes to go to the half-time whistle. Vasquez challenged by Ribéry, and that'll be a free kick to Real Madrid.
Why is he foul there, Ribéry? He's an experienced footballer, 35 years of age. He's going nowhere. He's facing his own byline. Cannot really turn and hit it anywhere. Goes and gives a silly foul away, which gives him a breather and gets him up the field.
35 years of age. He's certainly belied that age with his energy that he showed on this left-hand side, in particular with David Alaba on this near side for Bayern Munich, as Varane will go long with a free kick for Real Madrid. 1-1. Hummels with the towering header, headed back then by Kovacic. Benzema looks to help out, won't drop to the floor, and now it does to Alaba and Ribéry. Thiago, always got time on the ball. Thiago threads it through. Tolisso looks towards Muller. Muller, though, will not be able to control the ball.
He looks a good player, Tolisso. I haven't seen a great deal of him. Came on as sub last week in this game, didn't he? But looks a talent.
Signed from Lyon in the summer for €41.5 million. Contributed 8 goals. Play right back as well as right midfield as well, but he's doing a job in the centre of midfield. Is the French international. I'm sure he'll go to the World Cup. You'll see him in the talented French squad, that is for sure. Thiago to Rodriguez, giving it away to Benzema. Kroos over the halfway line. Ball that Marcelo will not keep in play. always on the stretch, and once again Ronaldo cuts a very frustrated figure as they give the ball away. 3 minutes to go to half time, 1-1.
No, he's getting very frustrated. He didn't get a kick in the first game in Munich, and he's not really done anything against tonight. He's had one shot, near post, comfortable save.
Here is Thiago to Tolisso. 3 white shirts around him, not phased. Back to Hummels, early ball to Alaba. Ribéry waits, leaves it now to Ribéry on this near side, the left. Alaba is actually behind him. It's stroked inside. Muller let it run through towards Lewandowski. Headed back by Rodriguez to Kimmich, right hand side, low balls cut away by Ramos inside the 6-yard area, and it's knocked high and out of play for a throw on that
just
far side.
That quality in it. They've worked the flanks ever so well, 2-on-1s, especially the left, but the delivery at times has not been the best, or the decision making, or the runs by Lewandowski or Muller on occasions, the runs haven't been right.
But they will be certainly delighted with the way that they've applied themselves in this first half. If it just wasn't for that final killing touch, that ruthlessness in front of goal, that's what they're looking for, to force home their advantage, because they've been the better side, and once again they're on the attack, and they get a throw on this left hand side 10 yards up from the corner flag with 90 seconds to go to half time. It's 1-1. This is Alaba who waits. Tolisso shows himself, back with Alaba once again. Muller. Alaba very confined, challenge from behind on Vasquez. He drops to the floor looking for a free kick, and again the Turkish referee, Mr. Çakir, says no foul, and that'll be a throw to Real Madrid.
He's been quite strong, the referee, hasn't he?
He has.
Because normally, let's be honest, 19 out of 10 the referee blows on things like that.
Jupp Heynckes, 4th stint at Bayern Munich when he took over from Carlo Ancelotti back in January. They were 3rd when he took over, and they ended up winning the Bundesliga for a 6th successive year, his 3rd title, with 5 rounds to spare. But it's the Champions League where they're looking to make their mark. They've lost their last 3 semi-finals. They're on the attack once more. Muller to Tolisso. Tolisso with the effort! Curling right-footed effort, and it wasn't too far away. It certainly had the goalkeeper Navas scrambling.
He's having a very good game. He's got himself in a lovely position, 23 yards out, wraps his foot round it, and when you see the replay, actually it's a good 2-3 yards wide from where sitting. We thought it just nearly went in.
Yeah, from our high vantage point it was a lot closer than actually it was on the replay that we've just seen.
It didn't even deserve a no.
No, it didn't, or indeed an R. It's 1-1, and we'll see how much added on time there will be here in the Bernabeu. The road to Kiev, says the mat, is to which the 4th official now treads on, and shows that we have an additional 60 seconds. Will it be Real? Will it be Bayern? Potential opponents, of course, for Liverpool, and tomorrow our coverage will start at 6:30. In fact, breakfast with Nicky and Rachel, Chris Latcham, will also be in the Eternal City to try and give you that early flavour, and we hope that it's a safe and peaceful night in Rome tonight for all concerned, as Benzema can't find a way through to Ronaldo, whose head is down, his shoulders are drooping and sagging.
The shape of the team, yeah. Shape of the team. You've got to look at Modric playing right back, come right wing. If you've got one of the best midfield players in the world, well, what you've got them playing right, put a player out and play that position. If it means taking Benzema or Ronaldo off, which will not be Ronaldo, but Benzema, to put a midfield player in and get Modric in the midfield, place him on the right, then do it.
Bayern Munich forward, Tolisso, James Rodriguez, Kimmich is over on the right hand side, level the penalty area. Kimmich's first time ball, charged down by Marcelo, comes towards Lewandowski.
Handball.
And he's gone behind for a corner kick. They're appealing for handball.
Yep, guy on the deck chair.
The additional assistant referee says nothing.
No, he wasn't even looking.
And still Kimmich pleads to the Turkish referee to an added on time. Struck the hand of Marcelo.
Yep, seen them given. I mean, that guy on the byline, he's 5 yards, 6 yards away from it, isn't he?
Corner kick to Bayern Munich. Corner comes in from the right hand side. Hummels gets up there, but his header is directed well wide. And the last bit of the action of a first half that has been thoroughly entertaining. Bayern Munich taking the lead after 3 minutes through Kimmich. Benzema's header at the far post from Marcelo's cross from the left hand side, equalising on the night. Bayern Munich, though, have been the better side. It's 1-1 at half time, and Real Madrid lead by 3-2 on aggregate. Well, when they met in the quarter-final last year, it went to extra time, and then Ronaldo showed himself, went on to eventually complete a hat-trick, and they ran out 4-2 winners to go through 6-3 on aggregate. But as the two teams take to the field, there has not been a change from either manager, Zinedine Zidane or Jupp Heynckes. So this is how the two sides line up, with Real Madrid in this second half playing from right to left as we look. Navas in goal as the second half is underway. Match restarted. Back four in front of Navas of Vasquez, Ramos, Varane and Marcelo. The midfield of Modric, Kroos, Kovacic and Asensio, and the two up front, Ronaldo and Benzema. Oh, complete mistake, Benzema to profit. Oh, what a howler, what an absolute howler by Ulrich. He's gifted in a plate to Benzema, and Benzema could not believe his luck, and he couldn't miss as the ball went straight through the goalkeeper. And Benzema has surely put the European champions Real Madrid on the road to Kiev, as they now lead by 2-1. But Sven Ulrich will have absolute nightmares about that.
How do you justify it? I mean, they've just come out, they've kicked off, they've turned, they've got possession. Real Madrid's obviously up the tempo. He's come out. What is he thinking? He's actually fell on it as if he was diving on it. He can't pick it up. It's a back pass. He actually goes to ground, miskicks it, and you're not going to get a better chance of the game at this level. And Benzema simply rolls it over the lane. Good anticipation, he chased it down and he got his reward. But what a dreadful start for Bayern Munich, who've been so good so far.
It's like the goalkeeper had a change of heart. He was going to smother it. He then realised that he couldn't smother it with his hands, so he's already in that position where he's going to ground, so he had to adjust his body to try and clear it with his feet. Tucked himself up into an awful position, and it went straight past him. And Benzema with a gift. And it now means that Bayern Munich require, well, think two things to say. We're not going to have extra time tonight now, and Real Madrid, unless Bayern Munich don't score 2 more goals, will be going through to the final in Kiev. And Ulrich, who's had such a good season for Bayern Munich, with a horrendous mistake. Müller, low ball cut out by Ramos. Remember, Ulrich, he's 29 years of age. He's actually forced himself into contention for the World Cup because of Manuel Neuer's injury. But that was a real calamity. And Bayern Munich undone by a moment that he probably can't even explain. Just one of those things, a rush of blood, lapse of concentration so early in the second half. And it's the Real Madrid supporters with their scarves being swirled around their head at every level inside this Bernabeu stadium, because they know now that that is such a significant goal.
I just saw the replay again and through there, and you see it comes back to him, and what is he trying to do? Why does he just kick it? Why is he falling over to pick it up? What is he trying to actually do?
It'll be shown time and time again from Toliso's back pass. So, for a fourth successive occasion between these two sides, Bayern Munich taking the lead have seen it wiped out as Real Madrid have come from behind. And it's the European holders who lead by 2-1, and Bayern Munich now need to try and conjure up 2 more goals.
Well, you know, sometimes I keep saying, I've said before, if your name's on it, cup football, you've got to say, well, the 2 games so far, they've been the better side, Bayern Munich, and they're losing both games.
You'd want to be beaten by a moment of magic rather than such a blunder. As Kroos wins the ball, Benzema, who's on a hat-trick, goes down inside the penalty area under the challenge from Hummels. Hummels will bring the ball away.
And to be fair with Benzema, he didn't make a meal of it, did he? He realised he's lost his foot and it wasn't a pen.
Benzema's brace takes him into double figures for the season. And Bayern Munich, well, at the minute, that's a free kick against Modric inside the centre circle for a challenge on Lewandowski.
It wasn't. It was a good tackle by Modric. He played the ball. Referee's in a great position. Should have saw that.
One of those things, though, that Jupp Heynckes, even with his years of experience, will just not be able to talk about. He'll just not be able to legislate for a catastrophic error such as that from his goalkeeper Ulrich. that has handed the initiative to Real Madrid. Ribéry inside the penalty area, might break towards Muller, just wouldn't fall for him. He left his left foot dangling, it just wouldn't come onto it as Thiago slides outside the centre circle. You're going to have the urgency now from Bayern Munich, because at the start of the second half they might have been a bit more patient, requiring just the one goal to force extra time. Now they need 2 goals to see them through, as Real Madrid lead by 2-1. Muller, Alaba, left back, joins the attack, left corner of the penalty area. It's a right-footed effort, and the goalkeeper somehow has turned it behind, because that was a fiercely struck effort. He really did fire that one off his right foot, and it was a twisting save by Navas.
It was a very good save. Alaba looks as if he's going to play it wide to Ribéry on the overlap. Comes inside, right foot, great strike. What a right-hand save, pushes it away for a corner.
Corner kick taken over on that far side, doesn't beat the first man, headed away by Vasquez. The goalkeeper at one stage seemed to be moving to his left, then he had to twist his body sharply with a one-handed save to his right. That was an excellent save. Bayern Munich maybe still not finished. They've got to throw caution to the wind. BBC Radio 5 Live. Remember the thoughts of Jurgen Klopp coming up before 10 after this game. And we now know there will be no extra time, and after 10 o'clock we'll be in Rome with John Murray and Mark Lawrenson. Ball over the top to Benzema. Ulrich comes outside of his penalty area, and the goalkeeper heads it forward.
Gets it right this time, good timing. Alaba played everybody on, the other 3, 2 centre-backs right back, all stepped up, thought they caught them offside. Alaba was 10 yards behind them. Good goalkeeping, spotted the danger.
It is still a terrific semi-final, up towards Lewandowski, takes it on the chest side, onto goal. Ramos with a rash challenge.
What do they do behind the goal?
And again they plead to the additional assistant referee behind the goal.
What did they do?
It was clumsy from Ramos, wasn't it?
I thought, look, well, we're getting the replay now, and he's barged them over, hasn't he? You've seen them give in.
Said at the start, as the corner kick comes in from Rodriguez, it's aimed towards Hummels, drops off his head and drops wide. But this was a referee who made a number of questionable decisions when Bayern Munich lost to Atletico 2 years ago in the semi-final. I'm sure the German media might well be getting their teeth stuck into Cüneyt Çakır, the very experienced Turkish official. But the Real Madrid supporters are certainly enjoying what is their 29th European Cup semi-final, and they've won 15 and lost 13 of the previous 28. There was a stage, it wasn't that long ago, where they couldn't get past the round of 16 in this competition. 6 successive years it was where they failed, but they're in the groove, and the champions are looking towards the final as they're on the attack once again. Ball back with Modric, edge of the area, shot across the face of goal. Benzema threw himself at it, out for a goal kick. Real Madrid lead 2-1 on the night.
I don't think that was a shot. I think he's got his foot wrapped round it, he's put it in across the 6-yard line. It's a great ball in. Benzema tries to get it, Ronaldo comes in behind too late. Great ball.
They're jumping up and down in the white shirts, the scarves are all off their head. It's a wall of noise inside the Bernabeu, and Bayern Munich need 2 goals as they trail 2-1. Tolisso, forward ball. Muller will be beaten to it by Ramos, just cuts it out to Marcelo. Experienced back line. Pass from Kovacic went a little awry. Modric over on that far side, the right, forward ball. Varane will be beaten to it by his fellow number 5 Hummels, who comes down the touchline, breaks in favour of Real Madrid, and they've got 3 against 3 here. Benzema, Asensio, right corner of the penalty area. Asensio's into the box, the angle is tight to Ronaldo. Ronaldo just can't stab it in from inside the 6-yard area. The ball will stay in play, kept alive by Toni Kroos. Marcelo joins the attack, edge of the area, the queuing over the far post, and Ronaldo unmarked, edge of the 6-yard area, right footed, puts it over the bar.
Oh, what a chance. And you know, everybody in the stadium, as that ball goes in, you think it's a goal, don't you? He's that good at finishing. You think it's a simple chance for him. Getting a bit ragged now, Bayern Munich, lost a bit of discipline, and you cannot believe he's missed that, Ronaldo. That is, he'd have thought, give me a chance to take that and I score. What a chance that was.
It is a terrific contest, though. I mean, it was open at times in the first half, but the very nature of it now, with Real leading by 2 goals to 1, it means it's even more stretched. And as a neutral, it's just a joy to watch. Thiago for Bayern Munich. Over the top to Alaba. Won't keep the ball in play.
Well, they've got to keep the discipline, keep going. Bayern will get chances the way they play, but the defence, they've got a lot of time, still plenty of time in this game to get back into it, and they haven't got to go throw everything at it straight away. Be patient.
It's a record 8th successive Champions League semi-final for Real Madrid. Had a stranglehold on this competition. They're looking for a 4th Champions League success in the space of 5 years. As Niklas Süle back to the goalkeeper Sven Ulrich, who gifted the second goal to Real Madrid, and that's why they have a mountain to climb now. Bayern Munich. Thomas Müller lifts it up towards Ribery. Vasquez makes the challenge. Alaba wins it back for Bayern Munich. Rodriguez delivers a low ball in, cut out though by Varane on the edge of the 6-yard area. Cushion header from Thiago and then from Tolisso, and the red of Bayern Munich are back in possession on the halfway line. BBC Radio 5 Live. Real lead 4-2 on aggregate. 2-1 here coming from behind. Alaba with a cross on the left hand side, sliced behind by Varane. Corner kick.
Well, they're using the flanks well again. Alaba this time. Ribery's doubling up down that side with him at times. That's where they're getting the joy. But again, I keep looking at it, and every time they get near the goal, they give the ball away. Sloppy pass, bad decision. And it's unfortunate because they're as good as anybody going forward, Bayern Munich, what I've saw.
So it's going to be a corner kick to Bayern Munich. The equation is 2 goals required in 34 minutes. In comes the corner kick from that far side, headed away by Varane in front of Hummels. Thiago will lay it back to Kimmich, just over the halfway line. He comes under pressure from Kovacic, who was doing the pressing. Had to go all the way back to the back past the edge of the area to Ulrich. Kimmich then, again, Asensio will put him under pressure. Bayern Munich with Thiago now, never phased, always comfortable on the ball, looking up all the time. And then infield to Hummels at the heart of that Bayern Munich defence. Forward to James Rodriguez. Rodriguez picks out Kimmich on this near side, the right, over the halfway line. Red shirts, all in red, playing from left to right as we look in the centre circle. Thiago switches play with a ball out towards that far side. Alaba lets Ribery take it off his toes. Ribery now comes forward. Alaba makes the run into the penalty area. Here is Alaba, and it's seen behind by Modric, who had to go with him stride for stride for a corner kick. Brilliant. And still Bayern threatened.
Brilliant defending by Modric, didn't he? Alaba got the run on him. He was just ready to thrash it across that 6-yard lane. Modric appears, gets a block, another corner to Bayern. But approach play is great from Bayern. It's just final ball lets them down again.
They have another corner kick. Müller waits inside the 6-yard area. They brought everybody back bar Asensio. It's Ribery to take the corner kick over on that far side. Flicked on by Müller inside the near post. Hasn't been dealt with. Müller goes to his knees, quickly back to his feet, and Vasquez will run it out on that right hand side and chips it forward. And Marcelo, the left back, pops up on the right and then clatters the ball downfield. Asensio's onside, but Alaba, steady, back pass to Ulrich, controls it this time. It's one of those ones that you almost, when he had it last time, you think he'll deal with this. He actually had
I don't even know what he tried to do. I don't know how he was lying on the floor. I don't know if he slipped, he lost his balance. Well, he couldn't pick it up anyway. So why didn't he just go and put his foot through it?
He's such an experienced goalkeeper as well. He's 29. He's played this is his 44th appearance this season with Neuer's injury. Ribery on the left, attacking, low ball in towards Lewandowski at the near post. Behind it goes off Ramos for another corner kick. Credit to Bayern Munich, because after that setback they've
kept going, keep getting that ball out to Ribery. He's having joy all night. If he doesn't beat the man, he rolls Alaba in. That's where they're getting the joy, but it's picking somebody out when you get in the position.
Corner kick, far side the left, swung over by Ribery. Ronaldo's header actually puts his defenders under pressure. Benzema's back there helping out, along with Ramos, unable to deal with that. Ribery. Thiago flights the ball over, right corner of the penalty area, cushioned in by Rodriguez. Hummels beaten out, comes towards Ribery, wouldn't settle, he's turned it back. Süle blocked on the edge of the 6-yard area. Thiago, edge of the penalty area, Bayern still threatening. Terrific effort this from Bayern Munich. And we said the goalkeeper was under question, under scrutiny. It was a fabulous save. Just threw himself away to his right hand side. Here is Rodriguez. Cross comes in from the right-hand side, and Ramos stretches to head the ball away. Picked up by Ronaldo. Real Madrid are on the attack, over the halfway line, leading by 2-1. Benzema slows it down. Vasquez joins on the overlap. Benzema into the penalty area, plays it in towards Vasquez. Vasquez cuts inside, back towards Benzema. Real Madrid leading by 2-1. Benzema tries to work over the cross, blocked by Thiago. These two European heavyweights are slugging it out here. It's 2-1 to Real Madrid. And the goal scoring, you would think, Chris Waddle, certainly isn't over with another half an hour to play.
No, definitely not. Anything can happen in this game still. Bayern Munich still believe. They will still be believing they can get through this time.
2-1 to Real Madrid. Here is Sula. Navas has done well, hasn't he? We said before there was question marks over the goalkeeper.
I'll say he's a good shot stopper. I think he is a very good shot stopper.
Well, he did make that save. It just wouldn't fall. Ribery couldn't hit it first time, and the opportunity was lost. The Germans have worked it out to Alaba. It's a pacey ball in from that left-hand side, and Navas makes the save, diving forward outside his 6-yard area. Don't forget Jurgen Klopp coming up before 10 o'clock. There will be maybe a brief social 08085909693, but the focus will switch from Madrid to Rome. And that second semi-final tomorrow. And don't forget, as always with the English sides, our coverage on BBC Radio 5 Live starts at 6:30 tomorrow night, and then we're back in Madrid on Thursday. Arsenal against Atletico in the Europa League semi-final, second leg, 1-1. It finished, of course, last Thursday. 2-1 on the night here to Real Madrid. James Rodriguez, forward ball to Tolisso, gets stuck underneath his feet, but he holds onto the ball, helped out by Muller. Prods it back to Thiago, centre circle. Here is Thiago once again, the former Barcelona player. Tolisso collects the ball, patient play by Bayern Munich. Alaba, Tolisso is forced back towards his halfway line. He goes square, goes underneath the legs of Thiago inside that 6-yard area. Benzema puts pressure on Sula, and he goes all the way back to Ulrich, quickly gets it out towards Hummels. The two fullbacks are pushed on for Bayern Munich. Tolisso was caught late by Modric. Going to be a yellow card, I think. Certainly a foul, and there is the yellow for Modric.
Yeah, the first one of the game. He's a little bit slow. I mean, he's got straight up as soon as the card comes out. Gets up.
Yellow card shown to the former Tottenham player. Free kick taken by Bayern Munich. Past the hour mark now here in Madrid. BBC Radio 5 live inside the Bernabeu Stadium. Sula comes forward, tall, lean, central defender, playing because of Boateng's injury. Gets the return ball back on the right-hand side, looks up, right-footed cross into the penalty area. Rodriguez, the goalkeeper, had made one move, comes back into Rodriguez. The angle is tight, and Rodriguez, against his former club, steers the ball in. This game isn't over just yet. He doesn't celebrate. It's 2-2 on the night, and Real Madrid's lead is only a slender one. Game on.
Well, persistence. This time it was the centre half who gets to the byline, claims for handball with his first step at Rodriguez, half volley, block, shouts for handball. He reacts good. The ball comes back out. He reacts. He's the first one on it. I say I thought the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better, but it's in the back of the net. Bayern keep going and going.
The keeper had already made already moved to his left when the first effort came in. It was blocked by the defender in front of him, and Rodriguez reacted to that loose ball. The angle was tight, but he fired it in. He was true to his word, as he said yesterday. He wouldn't celebrate. It's bizarre when you think that he is on loan from Real Madrid. Admittedly, there is an option to buy after the 2-year loan has expired, but it's his goal now that means that Bayern Munich, with 27 minutes remaining, are back to the equation where one more goal would take them through on the away goals rule. It has had absolutely everything, this semi-final. It's lived up to every expectation between these two. And there is apprehension once more inside the Bernabeu as Real Madrid have a corner kick, 2-2.
Plenty of time here. Next stoppage time, you're looking at a good half hour.
Bayern Munich recovering well, showing character after that real gaff by the goalkeeper Ulrich. Corner kick though for Real Madrid. Kroos to take it, right-footed. Goalkeeper comes out, that wasn't convincing, drops towards Modric, beaten to it though by Ribery. Break on for Bayern Munich if Ribery can just nudge it past Kovacic, but Kovacic did well to thwart and curb the run of Ribery and put it out of play for a throw, because then Bayern Munich would be away. Quickly throw taken by Alaba to Lewandowski. Lewandowski left hand side, not many red shirts to aim for. He goes to ground far too easily into that challenge from Ramos, and the referee tells him to get to his feet. But this semi-final, Bayern Munich giving it one hell of a go against the champions Real Madrid. Tolisso, forward ball, cut out this time by Varane. Benzema now can come forward. Ronaldo, who's hardly had any impact in this game so far, gives the ball away. Modric though now has it. Ronaldo's making a run out towards the right hand side. Here is Ronaldo, gives it away though. Ronaldo, that was sloppy. Ribery over the halfway line. Alaba caught then by Vasquez. That'll be a yellow card. The right back's going to get a booking here.
Well, he doesn't want to be on a yellow card, does he? Playing against Ribery, who's run at him every time he's got the ball and got the better of him most times. But at the minute, Bayern's energy levels are fantastic. They're really asking questions here. Real Madrid have got to dig in.
Scunthorpe 2, Plymouth 0. So Scunthorpe United looking to secure their playoff berth in League One. That will be a fourth successive victory. And Derek Adams' side blow for their playoff aspirations. Free kick taken, punched away by Navas. Drops to the edge of the area. Benzema will play it out towards Kroos. Kroos forward ball. Benzema will make the run. Coming across was Thiago, only partially stops him. Benzema couldn't pick out Ronaldo. Cut out by Zula. And this Bayern machine will come again and build from the back.
Do you know a good substitution would be for Real now? Because Bayern are throwing everything at you. There's a lot of space. You need a bit of pace, bit of clip. People run with the ball. But Gareth Bale would come on now. Would help Real Madrid's cause massively.
Zinedine Zidane waits, pondering maybe a change as Marcelo to Asensio, left side of the penalty area. Cross off his left foot, blocked by Zula, the German central defender, behind into that area of the ground where the corner's been taken quickly on the left hand side. Kroos to Marcelo, 2 balls on the pitch. The referee's going to have to stop play because that area of the ground where they're all decked out in white, one of them threw the ball back onto the pitch over the head of the young ball boy, and the referee was left with no option but to stop play as Real Madrid were on the attack.
That was deliberate, that wasn't it? Stop the game. Because Real Madrid, I know they're in the Bayern Munich's half at the minute, but they've been under so much pressure.
They've only lost 3 of their last 30 European fixtures, Real Madrid, Atletico, Tottenham and Juventus. As the ball is not long by Kimmich. The ball was given to Real Madrid. Marcelo's not happy there at Kimmich. He's not going to present it back to Real Madrid within 30 yards of his own goal, so that's why he struck it so long. Mentioned at the start of the game where there was that area of Bayern support on the bottom tier. Just noticed that there's words being exchanged and gestures being made between the two sets of supporters. Must be about 150, 200 fans of Bayern who are in the bottom tier on that far side.
How do you get tickets down there?
Well, whoever's got them, I mean, they've got well to get them all so close together as well. A large chunk of red in the bottom corner. Midway through the second half. Real Madrid 2, Bayern Munich 2 on the night. Real Madrid lead 4-3 on aggregate, but 1 goal for Bayern Munich changes all that in the away goals rule. And here is Müller. Müller cuts it back to Lewandowski. Asensio was the player who was tracking back. That was a slice clearance by Marcelo. It was a very tired clearance as well. It was a loose pass, and in the end it'll be a goal kick. Tired defending by Marcelo. Honestly, you couldn't call it.
No, I think Bayern give everything. I think they're just slightly coming off the pace, just slightly. And I'll tell you what could have a massive effect, the 2 or 3 subs, if they're brave enough to put them on.
Well, they've only got Sandro Wagner really in an attacking sense.
Yeah, but he can put the ball in the box. He's a big, he's big. What is he? 6'4", 6'5".
They've got better reinforcements for Real Madrid with Casemiro to shore things up in the centre of midfield. Nacho as another defender. Gareth Bale, of course, as Chris has already mentioned, to try and provide some energy and pace if he was to come on, the Welsh international. But at the minute there doesn't appear to be too much activity down below there in that expansive technical area that both managers.
He is warming up, Bale.
Oh, he is.
And again,
Ribery. Forward ball. Ribery looks to go on the outside of Vasquez. Vasquez holds him up inside the penalty area. Ribery though then brings the ball outside the box. Vasquez then makes a challenge. Breaks towards Alaba. Midway through the Real Madrid half. Real Madrid now with James Rodriguez. Out to Kimmich. Right hand side. Level the penalty area. In comes the cross. Headed away by Varane. And it was Tolisso who was just lurking and loitering behind him, and it required the intervention from Varane.
Wow, what a game this is.
It has been some contest, and if tomorrow's second semi-final is anything like tonight, then we're in for a treat with John Murray and Mark Lawrenson in Rome tomorrow night. Our coverage starts at 6:30. Marcelo wants to take the free kick quickly, deliberately kicks it into the shins of Müller. Müller was saying it wasn't taken from that position. There will be no yellow card, and Real Madrid will have to have the free kick further back.
Time wasting comes into it now. Start trying to think of running time down. Look, they'll take forever on this free kick. Bayern Munich want them to get on with the game.
It's been a titanic tussle between these two. Here is Kroos, edge of the centre circle, sweeps play out to Vasquez, right hand side. Ronaldo goes ahead of him, creates a bit of space in field, picks up, no, he doesn't pick out Benzema, stretching. Asensio with his short dark hair lays it back towards Marcelo. Asensio midway through the Bayern half, holding on to the ball. Real Madrid as it stands are going through, but one goal could change absolutely everything here in the Bernabeu. Kovacic over the halfway line. The Croatian midfielder finds his fellow countryman, the long-haired figure and the diminutive figure of Modric over the halfway line. Real Madrid keeping the ball now in all white, playing from right to left. Under 20 minutes remaining. BBC Radio 5 live here in Madrid. Going to be a double change. Mentioned Casemiro and Bale, and both are going to be coming on as Marcelo comes forward, flicks it back out towards Benzema, cut out by Zula, picked back up by Asensio, flicks it to Benzema left hand side. Benzema waits. Here is Kroos midway through the Bayern half, right footed ball to Modric. Ribery will press, forward ball. Kovacic looks towards Ronaldo, cut out by Hummels on the edge of the penalty area. Hummels, very experienced, reached the final of course with Dortmund in 2013. And that was a foul. No, it wasn't. Referee says play on. Ball goes over the top of Müller, out of play. Here comes the double change.
Free kick.
Oh, it is a free kick. So Gareth Bale is going to be coming on. Questions, of course, over his future. And Casemiro will come on in the centre of midfield. He scored in the Champions League final last year. Who are the player who's going to be going off? Chris Waddle.
No, I'm going for Kovacic
for me. And the other one is Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema. Kovacic both come off. It'll help Bale this because Bayern's thrown everything. There's a lot of gaps and get the ball with his pace.
So Gareth Bale comes in for Karim Benzema. No hat-trick for him tonight with his 2 goals. Gareth Bale, who of course scored in the 2014 Champions League success, had a bit of injury prone in the last 2 years, and Mateo Kovacic, the Croatian, it's Casemiro who will come on. The Brazilian midfielder will just slot there and shore things up in the centre of midfield. So the change is being made by Zinedine Zidane, who, remember, has never been knocked out of this competition with some 17 minutes remaining, and it's on a knife edge. And I can see that Wagner's going to be coming on as well. So Chris had mentioned just lump it up to Wagner. Sandro Wagner, the German international, 9 goals he's scored in 14 appearances since he returned to the club in January. An attacking player coming on as they look for the goal to knock out the champions in the closing stages with 17 minutes remaining. BBC Radio 5 live. Kimmich on the right hand side, back with Sula. It's tight. And the burly figure of Wagner just waits. Here is Tolisso, back with Sula once again. Real Madrid on the defensive at the moment, keeping their shape. Thiago gets it back from Müller, pops it off in field then to James Rodriguez, out to Alaba, unmarked Alaba, time to measure the cross from the left hand side. In it comes, they're queuing up for it. Kimmich is there, good save by Navas, comes out to Ribery, couldn't control the ball, cleared away by Casemiro, and Navas makes another fine save to keep Real Madrid in this Champions League.
Well, it's Müller, isn't it, who turns the queuing up at the far post, eventually it drops, he swings on it. It's a great save, great reaction. He's a good shot stopper, you kind of fault him with that. He gets himself, it's a good ball at the far post. They're queuing up at the far post by, and it drops down. So hook volley, I think it was Tolisso, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tolisso volleys it, and what a reaction save across the goal, pushes it away. Here's the sub.
So the change being made. Wagner is the player who's come on. And it's Tolisso, in fact, who's actually gone off. So Wagner now to go up front alongside Lewandowski. Although Lewandowski's actually just dropped back, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's playing just behind him, and he's going to play sort of a number 10 role, isn't he now?
15 minutes remain. Real Madrid's lead is 4-3 on aggregate. A goal for Bayern Munich in the next quarter of an hour changes everything. There can be no extra time. But Bayern Munich, after that horrendous mistake by the goalkeeper so early on, have recovered so well and have taken the game to Real Madrid. And here they are again. Muller's cross from the right hand side. Ribery, left hand side of the penalty area, looks up. Opportunity for Rodriguez. Saved by Navas. Just couldn't strike it firmly. Just seemed to loop off his left foot. And agonisingly it went in the air, and Navas made the smothering save.
I know from where we're sitting here, it's high up, but could he have headed it? Where Ribery clips it back, he comes running in and he decides to volley. Could he? No. To be fair, Ramos and him and Varane's done very well, haven't they? They put him off just at that second. It's over Bayern again.
But they are hanging on here, aren't they, Real Madrid? This has been a very nervy performance when you thought that second goal from Benzema had maybe killed it off, but no. Bayern Munich have given it everything, and I just keep thinking back to that quote from Jupp Heynckes yesterday. Desire can move mountains in football. Well, they're looking to move one big mountain in the shape of Real Madrid, the holders, but they're giving it absolutely everything. And with 14 minutes remaining, we could still have late drama here in the Bernabeu on BBC Radio 5 Live. Bale on the left hand side, Bale with the cross over the head of Ronaldo, and out of play it goes for a throw. Latest score in League 2, Chesterfield 1, Newport County 0. Chesterfield, of course, are already relegated in League 1. Scunthorpe United lead Plymouth 2-0. Doncaster Rovers 0, Wimbledon 0. That point would be sufficient for Neil Ardley's side, who are unbeaten in 5 games to stay up and avoid relegation. And Walsall also having a point in their grasp, which would avoid relegation. 1-1 against Bradford City at Valley Parade. Here is Modric on the right hand side. Kroos short of the centre circle. Bale the substitute, forward towards Ronaldo. I've never seen him so quiet. Forward towards Bale. Bale makes the run, and he'll go for a goal kick, much to the amazement of both Bale and the Real Madrid supporters.
Mate, he's just got to touch Bale. I'm not sure. It was a hard one to call. A referee, well, in Real Madrid's fans' eyes, got it wrong, but Bayern come again.
Tell you what, they've put in some effort, haven't they?
You know what, one of the best saves I've seen up to the 18-yard box.
Here is Thiago, interception from Ronaldo, tracking back and winning the ball. Now to Modric, head down over the halfway line. Ronaldo's trying to get there. Here is Ronaldo to the edge of the area. Excellent covering challenge from Zula. Just when Ronaldo is away, and he beats his hand down in frustration. I think Ronaldo thought that was his moment to take Real Madrid all the way through to the final. But Sula with the all-important block, and it goes behind for a corner kick, and with 12 minutes remaining, it's 2-2 still.
And a lot being a rush. Well, a good ball, Modric, and Ronaldo took it nice and early, but give the defender credit. He gets a block corner, and really slowing this game down, Real Madrid.
And they're in no hurry to take the corner kick. On the right-hand side, Kroos waits. 4 white shirts to aim for inside the penalty area. One of them was Bale. Header out by Wagner, the tall centre forward doing his defensive duties. Modric invites the ball to Marcelo. It's a first time cross, drops out of play on that far side for a goal kick. Ulrich wants to take it quickly. 12 minutes remaining. Bayern Munich need to score in these next 12 minutes, and then they'll be looking to going through to the final in Kiev on the 26th of May on the away goals rule. Here is Sula. Kimmich, who gave them, seems an age now, that 3rd minute lead at the start of the evening. But it certainly hasn't been a game that's disappointed. It has been thrilling. Thiago on the halfway line in the centre circle. Alaba, who's had so much joy on the left-hand side. Low ball into the penalty area. Casemiro will cut it out. Volleyed away by Asensio to Modric. Can he hang on to the ball? No, he's lost it. Thiago comes forward. Thiago switches play to Alaba. Left corner of the penalty area. In comes the cross. Muller's header goes behind.
He's made a decision.
He has made a decision. It was Navas who made the save, and it just wriggled out of his grasp. Squirmed away from Navas. Didn't have the pace from Muller's downward header to beat him in his near post. Bayern Munich once again come knocking. Kimmich Corner kick, right hand side, delivered too deep. Zula will struggle to keep that ball in play. He will succeed. Left hand side, plays an intelligent ball. Ribery's onto it, left hand side of the penalty area. Ribery's into the box. Ribery wins a corner for Bayern Munich. Still 2-2, 4-3 to Real Madrid. Chris Waddle.
I'm just thinking here much joy they had down that left hand side tonight. Bayern Munich, Ribery, Alaba, they just cannot find that pass.
Corner kick once again to Bayern Munich. It's an away swinger from the left hand side. Lewandowski is adjudged to have barged into Ramos. Well, there were reports earlier that the Bayern supporters caused seismic activity in the Plaza Castilla in the beautiful city of Madrid as they gathered in unison and jumped up and down together with their booming chant. If there was to be a goal in the next 10 minutes, that 4,000-5,000 strong support would cause further seismic activity here in the Bernabeu. 10 minutes remain, 2-2 on the night. Real Madrid, as it stands, are edging their way to try and defend their European crown. Bayern Munich, the way that they've created so many chances in this second leg, you would think would conjure up maybe two more in the next 10 minutes at least, because Real Madrid don't seem to have a great deal of control, particularly on that far side. Chris Waddle.
Left side going forward for Bayern's. Ribery must have enjoyed these two games because he had so much time, space. He's just got at the full-back every time. They've never hustled him from behind. They've let him turn, and once he gets facing you, we know Ribery can go past you quite easily.
Marcelo gets the ball back from Gareth Bale. Ball then by Casemiro out towards the far side to right. Vasquez, Asensio in field to Casemiro, lays it off towards Asensio and then back with Varane. And now another 60 seconds has ticked by. 9 minutes remain. Varane midway through his own half. Bayern Munich pressing, trying to put pressure on Real Madrid. Casemiro, the substitute, turns away, comes under pressure, he's lost the ball. Thiago now. They're howling at the referee's decision there, the Real Madrid supporters. It requires Ronaldo to win it back. Ronaldo now short of the halfway line to Modric. Modric on the right hand side. Tries to play it forward to Gareth Bale. Marcelo and Kroos both berate him for not keeping the ball. Javi Martinez is going to be coming on for Bayern Munich. Fresh pair of legs in the centre of midfield it would be.
Yep, for Rodriguez I would think. Put a shift in.
Here is Ribery on the overlap. Alaba low ball cut away by Varane.
Got to stand it up at the far post. He can't go near there.
And it's brought away by Asensio, who then slips. Not a player around him. Tired legs. He's gone down with cramp. Asensio's struggling. Not a head injury. Play on.
They'll not put it out.
Don't put it out. Play on. Despite the howls, it's not a head injury. Well, they're far too sporting. They're far too sporting. It's only cramp.
It's Rodriguez.
And it was James Rodriguez, and he's getting a sporting reception. He's on loan, of course, from Real Madrid, a 2-year loan, but that shouldn't have been put out of play. Play on.
He'd probably bring him off now, unless he's putting Martinez back and putting Hummels up front.
Plenty of liquid refreshing. In fact, it is going to be James Rodriguez who's going to be coming off. That was to be his last involvement. Well, he was true to his word and didn't celebrate his goal. That has certainly made it for an interesting finale to this game. And he's getting a standing ovation from the Real Madrid supporters. Whether, of course, he returns is doubtful, bearing in mind that Bayern have that option to buy him for 42 million euros.
I thought they said they were going to take the option. They'll buy him, won't they?
Yeah. Javi Martinez comes on to replace him, formerly of Atletico Bilbao, player who we've seen at under 21 European Championships in the past. Chris can play either in the centre of defence or in defensive midfield. Since Ancelotti's actually left the club, he's reverted back to more of a defensive midfielder. 6'3", so he is some presence. We've got 6 minutes remaining, plus added on time. And Modric gives the ball back towards Ulrich, underarm throw out for Bayern Munich. It's 2-2 on the night, 4-3 on aggregate. Bayern Munich seek one more goal to go through to the final on the away goals rule. An in-depth interview with Jurgen Klopp coming up before 10 o'clock. Then we'll be in Rome as we switch our attentions to the second semi-final. Here is Sula for Bayern Munich. Lewandowski looks to try and make the run. Ramos keeps an eye on him. Ball is played forward but switched out towards that far side. But it's one big bounce and it's away from Alaba. and kicks out towards a goal kick for Real Madrid.
Lucky Soula there, didn't he? He's trying out diagonal to Alaba, and Ribery, who's on the touchline, Wade on the left, just overhits the state. He's played very well actually, Soula at the back. Takes Boateng's position, he's fitted in very well.
5 minutes of normal time remain. Madrid, who've lost only one of 33 UEFA ties when they've won the first leg away from home. The only one where they've lost was a UEFA Cup match against Odense back in 94-95. We said that the stats were always against Bayern Munich, but they're still giving it one hell of a go here as Lewandowski tussles with the ball and loses out to Ramos. Kroos then is caught by Martinez. That will be a free kick. Ramos wants a yellow card. Not one's forthcoming, but it will be a free kick. 5 minutes remain, Chris Waddle, 2-2.
Well, Bayern's just got to keep going, do what they've done. They've threw everything at it. Don't stop now. That's a very good challenge. We're getting the benefit of a replay. Not a foul at all.
But they will just eat up valuable seconds. There won't be many people leaving the Bernabeu Stadium early here tonight, that is for sure. It's on a knife edge. BBC Radio 5 Live. Chip forward by Kroos to Gareth Bale. His header goes infield. Ronaldo brings it under control. The return ball to Bale. Bale's in the penalty area, flags up. Offside against Gareth Bale. Ulrich will be desperately hoping his side can redeem himself with a goal in the closing stages, because his error could prove to be so costly. Zinedine Zidane wants to make another change. Plenty of activity down below. 4.5 minutes of normal time remain. Bayern Munich looking for one goal to dramatically see them through. You couldn't say they don't deserve it. The way that they've performed tonight. Jupp Heynckes' side battled admirably, especially after the setback of that horrendous mistake by Ulrich. Free kick though goes in favour of Real Madrid, and again there'll be no hurry to take it.
They don't want to start giving silly free kicks away, as you say, Ian. It's 5-4 plus stoppage. They don't want to be giving silly free kicks away. They've got to keep the ball moving. They've got to try and get it back off Real Madrid, and it's time now really to start pumping it forward.
Yeah, they've got to try and use the aerial threat of Wagner. So it's going to be Nacho who's coming on, and the player who's coming off is Asensio. So it's a defensive reinforcement from Zinedine Zidane. Asensio, who got the winner last week in Germany, makes way for Nacho.
He's put a good shift in tonight. He's had to work hard. You know, he's played that left-hand side, and you can see the reception he's getting from the crowd. He has put a shift in.
Just to tidy up matters domestically, with Chesterfield still leading 1-0 in League 2. Scunthorpe will secure a playoff berth as they lead Plymouth 2-0. Wimbledon and Walsall will both be staying up. That means it'll be left to either Oldham or Rochdale for that final relegation spot, because Northampton, although not officially confirmed mathematically, unfortunately, despite a brave effort from Dean Austin as caretaker manager, they will be relegated at the weekend. Oldham and Rochdale then for that last relegation berth. And we have 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining here in the Bernabeu, and it's 2-2. And Varane has just been shown a yellow card for time wasting. He joins Modric and Vasquez in the book. Varane goes long with a free kick. Time is running out for Bayern Munich. Bale's header will run in field to Hummels. It's been a brave effort, but will it be a 7th successive victory for Real Madrid against their German opposition? In terms of knocking them out, there will be frustration. It's 2-2 with Soula. Ball played forward, given away, straight to Modric. Soula will head the ball away, back with Modric. Now here is Müller, comes onto this ball. Müller is over the halfway line, makes a run. Does he overrun it? No. Was he caught?
Yellow.
Yes, he was. It's a yellow card. Casemiro's just been shown a yellow card. Free kick, about 35 yards out from goal. They're looking for a late winner.
I was going to say this is it, but you never know with Bayern. They're creating chances, don't they?
Keep looking at the stopwatch. We're entering the last 60 seconds of normal time, and then it will be how much added on time there will be for Bayern Munich.
It's going to be at least 5 minutes, hasn't it?
You'd have thought so. 4 or 5 with the amount of substitutions that have been made. Just one goal. One goal to change everything. It's over 30 yards out. Thiago with the free kick. Plenty of red. It was like the Alamo there as they tried to meet it. Navas did just enough on it. Goes out for a throw, does it? Navas has stayed down. And Varane is also rolling in agony too. It was a clutch of red shirts trying to get on the end of it.
Well, it was a dangerous ball, wasn't it? Goalkeeper was always favourite. He did get there. But I'm not sure about some of these injuries. I don't know if they're trying to run the clock down even more. Madrid fans. Bayern fans not happy.
There was late drama in the previous game here against Juventus. It went in favour of Real Madrid that night. Bayern Munich will be hoping it might go in favour of them this evening, as it's 2-2 on the night, and there's going to be 5 minutes of added on time. 5 minutes which we're now into, and remember it's a minimum of 5, and bearing in mind that players yet to resume, it could be anybody's guess when the Turkish official eventually blows his whistle, because at the moment there is lengthy treatment to the Real Madrid goalkeeper Navas, who's now on his feet. Varane is also back on his feet. The Real Madrid supporters, swirling their scarves around their heads, are trying to see the European champions over the line with their vocal encouragement. In fact, it's going to be a throw to Bayern Munich on the right hand side that Kimmich will take. Thiago takes a deflection, still makes its way in towards the penalty area. Martinez is there, it's header on. Lewandowski couldn't flick it, it's gone behind for a corner. Late pressure from Bayern Munich, still they're trying for this late winner.
Well, the Bayern fans, you kind of question the desire and the passion in playing for this shirt, whatever you want tonight. Bayern's given everything.
Corner kick to Bayern Munich. We're in 5 minutes of added on time. They need a goal to go through. Corner on the left, Thiago to take it. Swings it over, Hummels' header drops wide, and it was a good foot wide of Navas' goal and the right hand post. As we look, it's still 2-2. Real's lead is 4-3 on aggregate. Chris Waddle.
Well, that's a good ball in. Hummels will be disappointed, he got there nice and early, couldn't hit the target, goes way to the post, and they're just hanging on, Real Madrid. It's slowing the game down, unbelievable, and hopefully the referee keeps stopping his watch.
Up and out of their seats with the scars. Every second means that they're another second closer to a final, another final, aiming for a fourth Champions League success in 5 years, Real Madrid. As Gareth Bale tries to meet it, strong, powerful header by Martinez, headed back by Ramos. Free kick was it? The referee says no. Thiago caught by Marcelo, played forward by Kimmich to Muller, infield, Martinez, the red shirts to aim for. Passes the ball out towards the left-hand side. 2.5 minutes of injury time remain. Martinez has headed the ball forward. Lewandowski's there, and the goalkeeper pounces on the ball before the outstretched right foot of Lewandowski can guide it goalwards. Brave goalkeeping by Navas. He's been superb in the second half.
Oh, what a chance. And I think there's a slight deflection which helps Navas to get across and dive on it. But Bayern's just asking question after question.
Bayern Munich, after the first leg and this second leg, will wonder how they are not going to be in the final in Ukraine. Real Madrid, 2-2 on the night, still lead 4-3 in the tie overall. Casemiro comes forward. Casemiro gets away from Muller to Ronaldo, out towards that far side, the right. By my watch, 2 minutes of added on time remain. BBC Radio 5 live, and Real Madrid win a corner. Don't go anywhere, we've got Jurgen Klopp's interview coming up, and we'll turn our attentions to Rome. We'll be live in the Eternal City, but this has been some match here in Madrid. It has been absolutely breathtaking, and Real Madrid
time wasted.
Time wasting to take the corner.
I hope the referee keeps stopping his watch.
Well, he's marching over there, and he's actually going to say to Toni Kroos, you hurry it up. Kroos waits. Zinedine Zidane nervously keeps shifting in his technical area. He was desperate to get players back there for the counter-attack. They've got 4 white shirts on the halfway line against Wagner and Lewandowski. Real Madrid have now got a throw on that far side. Bayern are complaining about the time wasting from Real Madrid. By my watch, 60 seconds of added on time remain, but I would think there should be at least another 60 seconds. From the throw, the Real Madrid supporters are now celebrating inside the Bernabeu. It will not be a corner, it will be a goal kick. Is there time?
It's a free kick, I think.
A free kick for one final effort from Bayern Munich.
What's the goalkeeper doing?
The goalkeeper has thrown it forward 10 yards and told to get back. He still hasn't taken it from the right position. Anyway, here comes the free kick. Ulrich goes long. This might well be the last final chance for Bayern Munich. Ramos's clearance charged down by Lewandowski. Martinez. Here is Ribéry, out towards the left-hand side. Müller wants some support from Alaba. It's Müller's cross into the penalty area, cleared away by Marcelo. All eyes on the referee. The 5 minutes are up. We've nearly been playing for 6 minutes. Thiago goes long, into the penalty area. Commanding header away by Varane. They're baying for the final whistle in the Bernabeu. Martinez, left-hand side, 2-2, BBC Radio 5 Live. Real Madrid will clear, the cheers will tell you that, as they clear their lines. Thiago on the halfway line. Here is Kimmich. It's just a question of now, how much longer will the referee play on? The time-wasting tactics of Real Madrid might come back to haunt them. Here is Martinez, left-hand side. Can't break free of Vasquez. Forward ball to Hummel's left-hand side. Does it roll out of play for a throw? Yes, it does. It's a Bayern throw. Modric is pleading with the referee to blow his whistle. Bayern have a throw. 6 yards up from the corner flag, far side the left. Playing from left to right. Deep into added on time. The 5 minutes have gone. Long gone. Kimmich plays it forward. Müller makes the run. Müller can't get there. Now the Real Madrid players will celebrate. Real Madrid will defend their European crown in Kiev. They have held off a spirited attempt from Bayern Munich. It's finished 2-2. Real Madrid are through to yet another final, 4-3 on aggregate. But what an effort from Bayern Munich. They gave it everything.
Got to say, what a fantastic advert for football, and I really do feel for Bayern Munich over the 2 games. I thought they were better side, but you've got to put the ball in the net. They've created enough chances, haven't took them. Final pass let them down. And Real Madrid, you've just got to say, hung in there, got the rewards. And when your name's on the cup sometimes, I think Real Madrid's name is.
Mark, there are 6 Bayern Munich players just slumped to the floor. They have given everything in their power to knock out the holders. But Real Madrid await either Roma or Liverpool in Kiev. But this has been some contest.
What a brilliant game, what a brilliant couple of legs. I think Alaba and Kimmich are in tears. Lewandowski is full of frustration, and Sven Ulrich, the TV camera's panning on him now after his calamitous mistake within the confines of football, which really was the turning point. And Navas, after everything we said about him before kick-off, played extremely well. But Chris Waddle, you would have played in games, Chris, or 2 games, when you come off afterwards and go, how on earth have we not got through? And that's what the Bayern players will be feeling.
You can't, well, I think they'll go to the press conference and probably he just say to give everything. We should have won both games. We should have went through comfortable. It hasn't happened. All right, give credit to Real Madrid. They haven't played their best to what we saw over the years of Real Madrid. They've really played on the counter-attack, nicked results. All right, to keep a mistake, which everybody will talk about. But from Bayern's point of view, they'll just be thinking how. And I said at the start of the programme, Mark, if your name's on it, it happens. You just seem to get through, and you don't play well sometimes, but you get through. And if your name's on it, and the way it's looking, you've got to say in the last 3-4 games Real Madrid's played in this competition, they shouldn't have won any of the games, yet they're in the final.
Yep, beaten 3-1 at home by Juve, 2-2 today, hanging on. Ribéry and Benzema, the Frenchman, having a little bit of a chat. You don't have to put your hand over your mouth now, Ribéry, the game's all over. But, I mean, and Ronaldo, the TV cameras panned on him. Ronaldo, anonymous, Chris, in both games, which makes me worried for whoever plays them in the final. He can't be that anonymous for that long.
Well, I think Bayern's played him well, and, you know, Real Madrid normally, like Barcelona, dominate possession in football games in their league, and you've got to say they've come against a team in Bayern Munich who dominate possession in their league, and they've dominated against Real Madrid, who are the European champions. I just feel for Bayern because they've given everything. They've tried everything what you want from a team. Honesty, they've played with some great football, they've got into great areas, and sadly that final ball just lets them down, and it's cost them. One
moment, and I don't want a refereeing decision to obscure what's been a great game. But Jerome Boateng tweeted, basically, how on earth has the referee not given that as a penalty? You can see Marcelo tucking his left elbow into his side, and the ball, it's obviously a still, clearly hitting his hand and hitting his chest at the same time. On the stroke of half-time, Chris, that was a big moment.
Yeah, big moment, and some you get and some you don't. If it been in Munich, he probably got it, and he didn't get it. But apart from that, yes, it's something they'll bring up, I'm sure, after, and they'll talk to the media, and that'll be talking, big talking, pointing with the Bayern fans. But overall, Mark, they've dominated the football match. They've had chance after chance after chance. Now, we keep talking about Lewandowski being world class, Muller's world class. You know, these players who score goals, whether it be for the national team or the Bayern Munich normally, they haven't put the ball in the net enough, and they've had chances and they've been in great positions. They were not capitalised on it, and it's cost them over the two games.
Ian, paint a picture for us. What's happening in the Bernabeu at the moment?
The Real Madrid supporters, the Real Madrid players have just just run across in one line, holding hands to the end away to our left, where that end is populated by all in white in the bottom tier. The Real Madrid supporters are not moving anywhere. They're swirling their scarves around their heads, looking forward very much to the final, whereas the Bayern Munich supporters high up away to our right, the Bayern Munich players have come across to this near corner to acknowledge their support, and they just had their red and white scarves held aloft, as do that little chunk in the far side as well. And I noticed that Hummels actually gave his shirt to a Real Madrid supporter behind the goal to our right. So still the Real Madrid team are getting the acclaim from everybody here inside the Bernabeu, but Bayern will be left wondering how they have not reached the final, and Ulrich disappeared a long time ago down the tunnel. He will take some consoling after his horrendous mistake at the start of the second half was a real turning point. And in fact, there is t-shirts being placed on the Real Madrid players. That'll be celebrating, I'm sure, that they'll be in the final in Kiev on May the 26th, as now they hold hands and run towards the goal mouth away to our right, to the acclaim of the Real Madrid supporters. Celebrations are going to continue. Real Madrid in yet another final after it finished 2-2 here on the night.